Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Marvelous idea.
What's a marvelous idea? Wait.
You may get back into bed.
I Dream of Jeannie is a legendary 1960s sitcom about astronaut Tony Nelson and the beautiful genie Jeannie. Tony accidentally frees Jeannie from a bottle on a deserted island, and from that moment, a series of magical and troublesome events begin. Jeannie grants Tony's wishes, leading to hilarious and awkward situations, while Tony tries to live a normal life and keep her existence a secret from everyone. Beyond the entertaining story, the behind-the-scenes of I Dream of Jeannie is full of surprises. Barbara Eden was pregnant during the filming of the early episodes. The iconic harem costume was chosen by her, and Larry Hagman almost quit the role out of frustration with the repetitive scripts. Let's explore the 15 most fascinating facts about this sitcom. 15. Entering Jeannie's bottle required strength. The bottle Jeannie lived in was not originally custom-made, but had an unexpected origin. It was actually a special 1964 Jim Beam whiskey bottle. Initially produced as an elaborate Christmas edition, it quickly caught the producer's eyes. Gene Nelson, one of the producers, recognized it as the perfect vessel for a powerful genie and purchased it for the show. To transform an ordinary bottle into Jeannie's magical home, artisans painted it smoky blue, decorated it with gold leaf patterns, and designed the interior as a luxurious harem space. When the series transitioned to color in season 2, the bottle was transformed into a vibrant pink and purple version, standing out on screen and dazzling audiences each time Jeannie appeared. However, the on-screen magic was not simple. Each time Barbara Eden climbed into the bottle, she had to ascend an 8-foot ladder into a tight, intricately decorated space. These scenes required strength and agility, as climbing, bending, and posing inside the bottle had to appear fluid and magical. Additionally, producers created multiple bottles for smoke effects and action shots, ensuring every moment of Jeannie was visually stunning. Ultimately, the bottle became an inseparable symbol of I Dream of Jeannie. The original version used by Eden was kept as a keepsake and later auctioned for up to $100,000. An ordinary Christmas bottle was transformed into Jeannie's magical palace, proving that Hollywood magic sometimes springs from everyday creativity. Do you love this creative bottle? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 14. Barbara Eden disliked Jeannie and Tony Nelson getting married. Barbara Eden, who played Jeannie, never hid her true feelings about the series' final season. Throughout the first 4 seasons, the subtle sexual tension between astronaut Tony Nelson, Larry Hagman, and the mischievous Jeannie living under the same roof was the main audience attraction. Jeannie, the midriff-bearing beauty, could grant any wish of her master, yet Tony restrained himself, keeping her out of his bedroom. But in 1969, amid the worldwide sexual revolution, producers decided it was time for Tony and Jeannie to marry. This was the series' final season, and according to Eden, it marked the beginning of the show's decline. In a recent interview with Today, she candidly said, "It ruined the show because Jeannie wasn't human. She thought she was human and Tony knew she wasn't. I think that damaged the show's credibility." Eden feared that the marriage destroyed Jeannie's independent, mysterious, and powerful nature. Jeannie's image was no longer the spirited, clever girl, but a compliant wife entirely devoted to her husband, reducing the series' appeal. The humorous troubles, subtle power games, and magical mischief were replaced by stability, calm, and boredom. Even creator Sidney Sheldon disagreed with this decision. He revealed that the network demanded the marriage in the final season, despite the original direction of the show. As a result, I Dream of Jeannie, a sitcom that thrilled audiences with magical explosions and intense tension, had to close in a final season that left viewers with regret. 13. The reason the show ended. Larry Hagman never forgot the moment he learned that I Dream of Jeannie would not have a 6th season. After finishing season 5, Hagman went on vacation in South America, enjoying a few weeks of relaxation without thinking about the show's fate. Upon returning to the US and stopping by the studio to collect items from the dressing room, bad news arrived in a way only Hollywood could deliver. A security guard at the gate informed him that the show had officially been cancelled. Hagman, an actor familiar with the television market, was not overly surprised, but quipped wryly, "Oh, that's Hollywood at its finest." The truth was that the cancellation decision came from the cold, corporate meetings of the network. Declining ratings, combined with controversial creative changes, created a lethal commercial combination. The end of I Dream of Jeannie surprised the entire cast, producers, and even the audience. 12. Hagman wanted to quit multiple times. During the height of the show's popularity, Larry Hagman experienced a personal crisis. He grew tired of the repetitive scripts and boring storylines that made Tony Nelson's character seem lifeless. In an interview, Hagman revealed that there were moments he wanted to quit, feeling fatigued and frustrated at the thought of leaving a successful show. But Sidney Sheldon, the creator of Jeannie, intervened in time. He warned Hagman that quitting now would tarnish his reputation, appearing difficult, unreliable, and potentially halting his acting career. This advice pushed Hagman to realize that enduring challenges was also a way to maintain credibility and a long-term career. Not only did he endure, Hagman decided to turn pressure into power. He demanded an additional $5,000 per episode to compensate for the difficulties of the role. Initially, producers refused, fearing it would set a precedent for other actors. But Hagman persisted, fighting to secure his request. This success not only brought financial comfort, but also allowed him to regain control and assert personal strength. Moreover, Hagman advocated changing the writing team to refresh the show. He wanted Tony Nelson and Jeannie's stories to be more lively, interesting, and less monotonous. 11. Jeannie's belly button being covered caused controversy. One of the most controversial aspects of the show was Jeannie's navel. According to strict NBC censorship rules, actress Barbara Eden was not allowed to expose her belly button in any scene. Therefore, in the early episodes, when her pants accidentally slipped and revealed it, no one on set noticed. However, when a journalist from The Hollywood Reporter discovered and wrote an article about Jeannie's belly button, the story quickly spread and caused a stir. NBC, under pressure from the public and media, had to issue an official rule: Jeannie's navel must always be covered. What seemed like a humorous story reflected the strictness of television censorship at the time. Barbara Eden, in an interview, said, "I had to wear pants with a high waist to cover my navel. It seems ridiculous in retrospect, but that was the rule." 10. Barbara Eden was pregnant throughout the first 10 episodes. From the very first episodes of I Dream of Jeannie, the biggest behind-the-scenes secret was that Barbara Eden was pregnant. Except for the first episode in 1965, The Lady in the Bottle, Jeannie's pregnancy was hidden during the first 10 episodes of the series. Eden even confirmed her pregnancy on the day the episode aired, forcing producers to scramble to conceal her growing belly. As a result, Jeannie's seductive harem costume became iconic, but to manage Eden's expanding belly, producers deployed numerous creative tricks: elaborate face veils, clever camera angles, and strategically placed props. Eden joked that she looked like a mobile tent, but behind the humour was a serious effort to ensure Jeannie appeared perfectly on screen, both alluring and mysterious, despite the real-life challenge. Another interesting detail making the first season special: all episodes were shot in black and white. This strategy reduced risks if Eden's health fluctuated during her pregnancy. When Eden gave birth to her son Matthew and Sarah in August 1965, she did not leave the show but continued filming, helping I Dream of Jeannie achieve timeless success. What do you think about this fact? Share your thoughts. 9. The set had incidents with a lion and an elephant. In one episode, a real lion was brought onto the set and Barbara Eden, the famous Jeannie, remained completely calm. In her memoir, Jeannie, Out of the Bottle, Eden described herself as a lion expert and noted that she had worked with big cats before. She even instructed co-star Larry Hagman on how to approach the animal. Stand still, let the lion sniff, then gently pet it to form a friendly bond. But Hagman, playing Tony Nelson, refused to cooperate. He flatly rejected the bonding process. "I'm not making friends with any damn lion." When filming began, Eden and the lion were in perfect harmony, but as soon as the king of the jungle saw Hagman, it let out a terrifying roar, frightening the actor and causing some crew members to flee the set. This chaotic scene made the team try to suppress laughter while proceeding with extreme caution. Hagman later confirmed this anecdote during a 2011 discussion with Eden, emphasizing that this moment was one of his most memorable on set. Eden, on the other hand, enjoyed every minute. She laughed, recounting that the lion even sat on her lap and licked her hand like a giant cat, demonstrating her confidence and special ability to connect with animals. Besides the lion, in Hagman's memoir, Hello Darling, Tall Tales and True Stories of My Life, he recalls a scene with an elephant on set. "When I protested having the elephant there, it was right next to me. It raised its tail and literally let out a blast on me," Hagman wrote. Perhaps that's what the elephant thought of my acting. 8. They reunited in Dallas. 2 decades after I Dream of Jeannie ended, Barbara Eden and Larry Hagman unexpectedly reunited on screen, but this time they were no longer romantic partners. In 1990, Eden appeared in the hit series Dallas as Leanne de la Vega, a wealthy, vengeful woman returning to confront J.R. Ewing, the legendary villain played by Hagman. This change surprised and delighted audiences. 2 stars formerly linked as lovers were now sworn enemies. Eden's character, Leanne, was a complex woman with a past hurt by J.R. Their story was full of tension, intrigue, and calculated revenge. Eden shared, "She came back for revenge. I don't want to reveal too much, but she knew J.R. from college and he did something bad to her." Each scene was packed with drama, where power, hatred, and cunning intersected, a detail that made Jeannie fans smile. Leanne de la Vega's maiden name was revealed to be Nelson, the same as Tony Nelson, Hagman's character. This was a subtle nod by the producers, both honouring the actor's legendary past and placing them in a completely new, dramatic, and mature context. Have you watched Dallas, and what did you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. 7. Inspired by the film The Brass Bottle. The series I Dream of Jeannie originated from an unexpected source of inspiration. The fantasy comedy film The Brass Bottle, 1964, in which Barbara Eden played the supporting role of Sylvia Kenton. In The Brass Bottle, a male genie appears in the modern world, creating a series of laugh-out-loud situations. Watching Eden display her talent and charm on screen, producer Sidney Sheldon seized the opportunity. He transformed the male genie character into a powerful and alluring female genie, laying the foundation for a completely unique and distinctive genie. From there, Sheldon created a genie who was both mischievous and magical, completely contrasting with traditional female characters like those in Bewitched, making every scene lively, mysterious, and captivating. Thanks to this bold idea, a supporting role in The Brass Bottle propelled Eden to television stardom, turning her into a cultural icon of the 1960s. 6. Larry Hagman's controversial behaviour. Larry Hagman often began each filming day by drinking large amounts of champagne. Between takes, he would hide in the dressing room, smoke marijuana, and continue drinking champagne to stay calm. This was his way of coping with the pressure of playing a supporting role to another star, even if that star was Eden, and feeling exploited by the scripts. His behaviour did not stop at substances. Eden revealed that the actor went as far as urinating all over the set when displeased with the script. Although she did not witness this directly, Eden was familiar enough with Hagman's moods to know when to stay away. Later, Barbara Eden always defended her co-star. When producers considered replacing Hagman due to his unstable behaviour, She insisted on keeping him, believing he was the perfect fit for Tony Nelson and a talented actor. 5. The show had a small connection to the Monkees. The 1960s were a boom period for pop culture, and two icons of the era, I Dream of Jeannie and the Monkees, unexpectedly intersected on NBC. Both programs were overseen musically by Don Kirshner, the force behind the Monkees' success, who also helped shape musical elements in Jeannie. This connection created fun moments where magic and music met on the small screen. One standout example is the episode Jeannie, the Hip Hippie from I Dream of Jeannie. In this episode, Jeannie decides to form a rock band to help a charity event. And who could be more perfect than familiar faces to the Monkees fans, Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart? These two famous musicians appear on screen, performing an instrumental version of the hit Last Train to Clarksville, and even holding the Monkees' first album. This scene was both amusing and a subtle tribute to music-loving audiences. Not stopping with Jeannie, the Monkees also returned the favour to I Dream of Jeannie. In the episode, The Spy Who Came In From the Cool, Davy Jones polishes a small desk lamp, and a beautiful Jeannie emerges from the smoke, offering to help him. In true Jeannie style, but not Barbara Eden. This unexpected encounter surprised Jones, who exclaimed, "Imagine that! That show got it wrong!" A playful nod to NBC's magical series. 4. Jeannie's costume and hairstyle. Interestingly, Barbara Eden personally chose the colour of Jeannie's iconic harem outfit instead of using the original green. She opted for pink-purple, combining innocence and allure, pink, with power and mystery, purple, creating a Jeannie who was both charming and strong. This costume became not only a character symbol, but also a 1960s fashion statement. In 2013, Jeannie wore her signature pink-red harem pants and matching bolero jacket at the Life Ball charity event in Vienna, Austria. As part of the AIDS fundraising activity, Eden transformed into her TV character, crossing her arms and winking, reminiscent of Bill Clinton. Moreover, becoming Jeannie required meticulous preparation, especially the signature high ponytail hairstyle. Each time, hair professionals braided the front section and pinned the rest up to create a voluminous look suitable for a seductive Jeannie. This process took about 3 hours to complete, demonstrating the care and effort Barbara Eden invested to make Jeannie perfect. You can see Eden changed hairstyles quickly. To speed up the process, many wigs, extensions, and hairpieces were used. Eden's real hair was styled into a French twist at the back, while the front bangs were combed forward. Different hairpieces were then pinned onto the twist. Jeannie's famous ponytail included 3 separate hairpieces: a fake ponytail, a braid wrapped around the cap, and 2 side pieces tucked under the braid to hide the pins. Hairstyles evolved with the show. As seasons progressed, hairpiece lengths increased. In early seasons, the flip hairstyle was above shoulder, later seasons below shoulder, and the final season reached down to the back. All hairpieces were shed types. In the first season, her hair was so short that Jeannie's wigs were nailed tightly. What do you think about this fact? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 3. Why the show was filmed in black and white. When I Dream of Jeannie was about to launch, NBC and Screen Gems were not confident in the show's long-term viability. Talented producer Sidney Sheldon wanted to shoot the first season in colour to make magical scenes more vivid, but executive Jerry Hyams warned, "Sidney, don't waste your money." Sheldon even offered to pay an extra $400 per episode to shoot in colour, but the final decision was black and white, reflecting skepticism about the series' success. The first season's 30 episodes were entirely filmed in black and white, with magic effects mostly relying on animation and double exposure techniques. Viewers saw Jeannie appear and disappear from smoke using only black and white shades, which gave a distinct classic and mysterious look, making magical moments even more enchanting. It was only in the second season, after the show proved its strong appeal, that Sheldon had the chance to switch to colour, enhancing visual effects and making Jeannie truly come alive on screen. Interestingly, I Dream of Jeannie was the last TV series broadcast in black and white on NBC. At the start of each program, NBC's Peacock would spread its tail, play the harp, flute and soft brass, while the announcer sang, "The following program will be broadcast live to you in vibrant colour on NBC." 2. The first season did not have a theme song. In the first season of I Dream of Jeannie, viewers did not hear the famous theme song we know today. Instead, the opening mainly featured a brief introduction to Jeannie and Tony's encounter, or a black and white animated segment to set the story. The first season's background music was a jazz waltz instrumental composed by Richard Wess, without lyrics. Everything changed in the second season when the series switched to colour and introduced a new animated opening with vibrant visuals. The new theme song, titled Jeannie, was composed by Hugo Montenegro with lyrics by Buddy Kaye. This is the theme most viewers remember, with its playful and catchy melody, becoming a program icon. Although this theme song was never used with lyrics in the show, it became an essential part of pop culture. Its melody has been reused by various artists, including DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince in the 1987 song Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble. It was also used in other TV shows such as WandaVision, demonstrating its long-lasting influence in entertainment. 1. The significance of uniforms in the show. Uniforms in the show symbolised power and roles. Tony Nelson, played by Larry Hagman, wore a blue Air Force uniform, representing the status of a responsible astronaut with absolute discipline. In contrast, Roger Healy, played by Bill Daly, wore a green Army uniform, reflecting his background in the Army Corps of Engineers while still participating in the space program, highlighting diversity and the spirit of collaboration among forces. These 15 facts are just a small part of the countless mysteries, behind-the-scenes stories, and interesting details of I Dream of Jeannie. Which fact impressed you the most about this series? Was it the humorous magic, the iconic harem costume, or the conflicts and bold decisions of the actors on set? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of Jeannie and Tony Nelson. If you love fascinating facts, behind-the-scenes secrets, and classic TV stories, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos. Thank you for being with us.